convenient for people who are really busy. And if you have kids, the kids really, really enjoy having these salads because they could just run to the refrigerator and grab one whenever they're hungry. So you don't have to always leave what you're doing, your busy schedule, to go fix them a meal. Because what will really happen here is that you just turn this out in a plate. And if you have some protein, you just add the protein to this if you're going to add additional protein, because right here we have chickpeas, which is protein, and we could have added other beans to this as well. So it depends on what you want. If you think you must have meat and you're still onto that, then you could just add some to this when you put it in the plate, but don't put it in the jar to put in the refrigerator, because that could cause bacteria and the vegetables and to spoil. So you don't want to do that. Wait until you are going to eat it and you put it on the plate, then you add your additional protein. You could really just have this as is. You could pour on some salad dressing. I recommend that you do homemade salad dressing so that you avoid getting fat, too much fat into your salad. You could do your own. Um, you could Google to find recipes for salad dressing, but basically you could do olive oil. That you could do some black pepper. You could do. I usually put some garlic, crush some garlic in it, and it smells really, really good. And you could also add vinegar if you want to. You could do Briggs apple cider vinegar, and you could also uh, lemon. You could also add lemon. Yeah. So you can make your own salad dressing at home. You don't have to use the ones that are in the store because a lot of them can be fattening sometimes. So look out for the ones that are low carb if you have to buy it from the store. But it's best you learn to make these things yourself because you save money, plus you know what you're putting in your body. So again, if you joined us late, what's in here is some kale, some cucumber, some corn, some olives. Uh, what else is here? Chickpeas, and yeah. So yes, there is also some carrots in here, right around here, so that's layer. So you could put whatever you want into your salad, like I said before. We also do a fruit salad version, which is really, really good. I enjoy that so much because I love fruits. So that's kind of my go-to thing. When I have a sugar rush, I need something sweet to eat, or I just need to just get something to munch on. I would just grab one of, grab a bowl, take out some of that salad and eat it because I really, really love fruit. I see Jen joining us. Jen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to see you.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Gabe.
Brought some light into the room. I'm happy you're here. Okay. So I was just explaining the salad in a jar. Jen, we spoke about this earlier this week. Did you get around to doing it?
No,
Not yet.
no, you're keeping me accountable. I love it.
Ah, I
Yeah,
want you to start doing your salad in a jar.
yeah.
So
I'll do fruits in a jar. That's more enticing for me.
fruits is good too. I love that's what I was talking about. I like the fruits because I love fruits in general. So when I have a multiple jar with multiple fruits, like 5, 6 different fruits, it's gives me so much joy. I eat it in the daytime. I eat it at night.
It's
So
paradise.
yeah, so I don't feel for chocolate, for example, or anything else that would be, outside of what I should be eating, because you get some sweet from the fruits. And that's one of the advantages of having the fruit. But it's just that it is not as unhealthy, right? So these are my three salads. This should serve me for the week, because I may not, I may not eat all in a jar one at one sitting. So that might be enough. So I'll just put in a couple jars of fruit salad to go with that, because I love my fruit salad. So tell me, welcome, girl. How is it going? How was your week?
Oh, gosh. I can't believe we're nearing the end of the year, huh? What
Yeah.
a big, like, race to the end. Although I don't know what I'm racing against, but it feels like that.
Okay. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to cut into your time any further. Just to say that this salad in a jar is an extension to um, our program that we're promoting for this weekend, our ultra vegan lifestyle program. So you could just piggyback on that and speak to the audience. We're recording. Some people might not hear it live, but they will hear the recording. So we're encouraging people to switch to plant-based diet so that they can be more healthy. And I want to make sure that we encourage our community to do the best they can to make sure that they are healthy. A lot of people are complaining about inflammation and all kind of stuff. So a holistic diet is definitely an advantage, no matter how you take it. But there's also, Jen, the aspect of people not being comfortable, people's brain, in a whole other sphere that also makes them sick. So you're going to speak to that. And before you do that, could you just introduce yourself to my audience and then, go into your presentation? Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me back. It's such an honor to be back in the room with everybody. Hi everyone. I'm Jenny Vaz, and I'm the founder and creator of a program called Daily 1% Better. What I do with the program is I give my clients and all our members little bite-sized chunks to work through on a daily basis, where you get to become 1% better with you and really have that life where you feel that you have the control and you have the power and the confidence to do what you need to do, to have this amazing life that you're supposed to have, to live your life to its fullest intentions. Now, my underlying theme, and I'll say the purpose of my life, is to create more belonging in the world. Last week, I had this beautiful opportunity to talk to everyone in the room about what is this belonging, what's missing in this world, and what happens when we don't have belonging. Today, I'm going to bring it a lot more closer to home. What does it mean when we don't have belonging with our body? I know, being a woman, and I am an Asian woman, I've got an Indian heritage. We have these perceptions that have been given to us, right? This mirror of how and who we are as women, what our bodies need to look like or feel like or be, what it needs to be able to do. And it's like this standard that's been given to us. And if we can't live to those standards, what does it mean? And the perception that we've been given is that we are failures. And that is so hard and crushing. So hard and crushing. And even as I talk about it, I feel the heaviness and the weight of this. Who here resonates with being told, oh, you're not pretty enough, or you're not girly enough, or you're not womanly enough. In fact, you're acting too much like a man, right? You would resonate with that. I know I've had that, not only from my community, but even from people outside of the community who've told me that.
Mm-hmm.
And other women have told me that. The world, we talk a lot about toxic masculinity,
Yeah.
but really there is this sense of toxic femininity
How
that's
so?
happening,
How
right?
so?
So it's this belief on what a woman is and who a woman needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say something really controversial here. When feminism first started, it had the best of its intentions to create equal opportunity for us. The fallout is that the women within the feminist movement decided that one type of feminist is better than the other. And so in attempts to discard the labels of the old world of what a woman should be, we fell into conflict of what a new woman is, the new version of who you are as a woman in society is. And I think that's where we have a lot of discord in our feminist movement. Now, I digress. I want to bring this back to who we are, to ourselves. And let me share a bit of a personal story. I shared last week, some of you would have been here, would have heard. My mom suffers from depression. Now, I'll tell you, my mom's depression is older than I am. I am 45 years old. That's how long my mom's had her depression. And in growing up and watching her and how she couldn't control her body, how she lost her ability sometimes to function, how her basic needs were not met because of the perceptions that we had about depression, about what it meant for a woman to have depression. In the 80s, it was largely rejected. Like postnatal depression wasn't a thing. It
Mhm.
was a mother not being able to live up to the standards.
Right.
And it was so crushing for her to have experienced that shame and judgment. And really, it was unnecessary, unhelpful, totally unhelpful. And she didn't get the support that she needed. And me growing up and seeing how she was still abusing herself, not by choice. My mom, I'll tell you, she's a staunch Catholic.
Mhm.
But there were periods in her life when she stopped believing in a God.
Right.
She gave up. She said, I've given up on God because he's given up on me. And it's when we go through this period where we feel like we don't have this control over our body. And it's an illness or it's an accident. And it can be something that happened in childhood or in our adulthood. And I know how it feels to lose that control. I call this the season of crazy making. From the moment we feel that something is wrong with our body to the moment we think we have a solution to get control back. It's the season of crazy making. How many of you resonate with that feeling, right? Like, I don't know what's happening. Can government give me some answers? What the hell? Who, right? I can't watch the comments. So, yeah, just jump on and let us know. And when I work with my clients who've experienced this trauma, it could be trauma from losing a child.
Mhm.
It could be the trauma from not being able to have children.
Right.
It is the pain of feeling like, I understand the effects of PCOS. I have many friends who have had it, who have it still. And it's like you're having a fallout with your body.
For
It's
sure.
it's the fallout with the body. Yeah. And so here's what I'm going to give you is how do you claim back this belonging that you have with your body? Because at one point of your life, you had it. Your body, like, I call it the power of the 20s, right? You could go out partying all night and still get to work the next day. At 45, I can't do that no more. And it's with this intensity that we want to reclaim our body because we know what it's like to have that power. But
Mhm.
as we get older, we seem to lose more and more of it. There's this loss. So, how do we get it back? Who's here interested in wanting to know how to get it back?
Um, to get back your body after
To
it's
get
been
back the power?
ravaged, after it's
Yeah.
been ravished by illness. I
Yeah.
am fighting to reclaim mine.
All right.
And I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of people
Can
can
resonate with that.
identify with that.
Yeah.
You had some kind of illness that took you on a whole different pathway.
Yeah.
For me, it has been fibroids. It has been nerve damage.
Yeah.
Back issues. Yeah, so I'm getting back into that place of totally reclaiming all of that, because I have gotten rid of some of them, but,
Yeah. Still
get,
wanting to feel like you are safe in your own body, right?
yes.
That's what you want to have. I've worked with clients who've suffered in as a coach and as in my volunteer service, I've worked with victims of underground rape, and they feel that disconnect with their bodies too.
Mhm.
And there's this degree of factors that we seem to not have control over that
Right.
creates this like it splits us from our body. So
Right.
here's us and here's our body. And the more we experience the pain and the illness or abuse, there's this split that happens. And
Right.
what I want to do is give you the skills, the 3 steps right now to bring them as close as possible.
Right. Dawn joined us on Zoom. Dawn, do you have anything to say to Jenny about that disconnect from your
Uh,
body? Huh?
Sorry, but I just literally came on, so I missed what was said before, unfortunately.
Or
That's okay, Don. We'll catch you up to speed.
Sure.
So we have this disconnect with our body because of all the life events that we've experienced.
Mhm.
I know women who've given birth who feel the disconnect from their body as well, because childbirth can be changed, can be life changing for some of us. And for others, it seems to be like, oh, it's a walk in the park. And we look at them and go, what the hell? Why am I not having that?
Right.
Why do I feel like such a weirdo with my body?
Mhm.
And it's only in the last 20 years we're starting to understand what's actually been happening.
Mhm.
And it's not so much about the illness or the disease or the condition in itself.
Mhm.
It's how we feel about this illness and disease and connection in relation to our physical bodies.
Right.
And here's what I want to take you through. It's what I call the 3 steps. And I'm not saying that the 3 steps is going to completely fix the problem. It is a very progressive thing. And it along the way, being very conscious about what you're saying to yourself and what you're doing and thinking, that helps you to bridge that difference.
Mhm.
Now, the first step is what I call the 4 pain discords. And the reason that they are discords is because they kind of they split, they create that chasm between us and our physical body. So the 4 pain discords are the things that you need to be conscious of. Now, the 4 pain discords are your physical body,
Mhm.
where you feel pain, where you feel the sense of something's not right. It can be before the event happened, or before the diagnosis, or after the fact. Like an accident, it's like you get the discord after the accident. You feel that, oh, as you're going through the recovery phase. And that's the first discord, the physical pain. The second discord is when happens when you're looking at yourself experiencing the pain. Because in that process, what's happening is you're thinking, why is my body doing this?
Mhm.
What's going on? Why can't I understand this? Why do I feel like such a weirdo? And being conscious of these two, it's to be aware of how much of a distance you have between you and your physical body.
Mhm.
Now, the third pain discord happens when you ask a friend. And you ask the friend who is not helpful. The friend who says, there's nothing wrong with you, it's all in your head. All right? Or you're imagining shit, right? Or you're being a hypochondriac. The friend who pains, who shames and judges you
Right.
for what you are experiencing, who makes you feel the doubt.
Mhm.
The fourth discord happens when we go out and get help. And I know this very well. I used to have fibroids. I had like extreme abdominal pains
Mhm.
whenever I was menstruating. When few days before my cycle, I would have pain for 5 days. I would have to take like 4 to 6 Panadols, paracetamols, just to help me cope.
Mhm.
Or else I couldn't even move, couldn't even turn my body.
Mhm.
And it was so bad for my body. But every time I went to an OBGYN or a gynecologist, they said, there's nothing wrong with you. At one time, the pain was so bad, I collapsed at work. They had to call the ambulance. And when I got to the hospital, they did all their diagnosis and they were about to send me home at 3 o'clock in the morning
Wow.
with no diagnosis. I yelled at the doctor saying, so you want me to go home at 3 in the morning? And if something happens, are you willing to take responsibility? And they kept me overnight. Because in that moment, I trusted what my body was telling me, that something wasn't right.
Mhm.
And it was the next day that I kind of like held the head doctor responsible in giving me a referral letter to go see the best guy in town. And I got the best guy in town. He's the one who told me, oh, it's fibroids. I don't know why the hospital didn't pick up your fibroids. One of them is very close to your ovaries and it's hiding behind between the layers of your intestine, your womb. That is what we needed. I knew I wasn't crazy, but it was the external world, the medical world, making me feel like I was making stuff up when I clearly wasn't. So the four pain discords, the one is when you feel the pain, when you feel that awareness. The second is what you're telling yourself about what you feel. The third is when you ask a friend that doesn't help, or sometimes a family member who can't help, or Dr. Google. And the fourth is when you actually go see the medical profession to get help and you get told no.
Right.
And now these four pain discords, what happens is when we battle with one, it's like we're trying to pick a battle of four. We are creatures not for pleasure. We would love to have pleasure. How we make decisions is based on our threshold for pain. Our pain is what helps us to decide what we're going to do next.
Mhm.
So I know of women who and men who have stopped at the first level. I feel the pain, but I'm not going to do anything anyway. Let's deny that the pain exists. I'm superhuman. I'm going to be okay. Let's forget the pain because I have to do everything else first. That creates the discord when you don't trust your body. The second is you're judging the pain that you feel because you can't control it. And that creates a further discord with your body. And then you'd ask a friend and the friend says no, and you keep seeing this thing between your body and you go wider and wider. And when we get the diagnosis in itself, sometimes we experience the shock, and that shock can last for days to years. We haven't really fully processed what's happening to us, but the next thing we know, we have to make a decision, a critical decision on what to do.
Mhm.
I know of women who have PCOS and they didn't know that this is not normal. They thought this is what every woman goes through.
Mhm.
And because when they asked the friend had normal looking periods where it only lasted a few days. They thought oh, okay, so that means I'm not right, but I can't do anything about it.
Right.
And having feeling like we need to stay in shame or in that pain, that we need to that our body is wrong and therefore we are wrong. And this is where those seeds are planted for the discord. And it's not we're intentionally doing it, it's very unintentional in the way we talk to ourselves. We can't be intimate in our relationships because we're bleeding every day. It's painful. It's doesn't feel natural. And we don't know why. We don't know what's wrong with our body. And it's not till we get the help that actually helps us to manage it. And it's between that we keep the discord going. And so to reclaim your body is firstly be aware of which of these four pain discords you're at. And so that you know what you need to navigate through. Are you denying the pain? Are you denying what you're saying? Are you listening to the right friend to get help? Or are you going to the right doctors?
Mhm.
I tell newborn, first time mothers this: Mama Bear, trust your instinct. If you feel something is wrong, I don't care what Dr. Google is saying or the medical profession is saying, you get it checked out.
Yeah.
Trust your instincts. It doesn't matter. Go and get it sorted so that you have more certainty in you. Because your goal is to keep that baby safe to the best of your abilities. Trust your instincts, Mama Bear. And most of the time, that's what these women needed to hear. And then in chances where cases where they've lost the baby prematurely, it's painful, and feeling like you can't trust your body because it can't seem to take care of that cargo, the precious bun in the oven. And I get that. And so being aware of this chasm is so important. It's so critical to all of us. The second step is what I call the gratitude. And this is where I feel it might sound a bit like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Try this on for size. When my body tells me, hey, Jenny, there's some pain we're feeling, the first thing I tell my body is, thank you for alerting me. Thank you for making me aware that something's going on. Something feels unusual. How many of you tell your body that in response to pain? Do you do that, Ev?
I do. I do.
Yeah, beautiful.
I believe my body was not made to have pain. So if there is anything on me that hurts, I'm going to I don't know, I'm going to harass whoever I have to harass. I'm going to do
There
whatever
you
I
go.
have to do, but it has to go. I don't keep pain, and I don't hug pain. I don't
Yeah,
accept it as natural because
yeah,
it's a signal that something is wrong. So if
exactly.
I get a headache, I'm gonna have to figure out, am I dehydrated? What's going on? You know,
Yeah,
so, so that we get rid of that, because headache is not normal. Uh,
yeah, exactly.
you know,
And
this
we don't have to put up with the pain. We
no.
don't have to sacrifice. Yes, yes. Dawn, what about you?
Sorry. I can't say that what do I say? I can't say that I say thank you for the pain. I'm not at that place, but my pain threshold is also very high.
Okay.
I personally am going through something right now where the doctor has said that the pain is a good part of the process, in terms of it just means that the body is doing what it ought to be doing in terms of getting rid of whatever is it's dealing with.
Mm,
So for me, what I have been doing, when the pain hits, my first thing is to whether grab the area or to really just cry out. But
yeah,
after I get to that place, I'm like, okay, just remember that this is a good part of the process, and I am better able to deal with it from there.
well done. Well done, you. Yeah. Of course, it's a bit difficult to be like, I'm grateful for this pain and it really hurts right
Yes,
now.
yes. Yeah.
Yes, doesn't quite sync, does it?
No.
I get it.
So painful.
But yeah, yeah. So for me, what I've done, and as of late, is I feel the pain and I go, hey, body, thank you for letting me know something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to find out.
Yes.
And that, and as I'm feeling the pain, I can feel like, oh, sometimes it throbs a little bit more. Like, I hear you, sister. High five. I'm like, no. You don't need to high five me back. But really, it's like, I get it. Thank you for alerting me. You know, my hair falling out for the last 6 months was such a big thing. You might have seen the scar. I've had half my thyroid removed.
Wow.
And so my hair falling out was like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? And I did it again. I'm like, thank you for telling me something's going on. I'm going to find a solution. Found a solution. Thank you. It's now dropping 70% less. So it's like,
Wonderful.
what a big difference. Seriously, it was like a whole other person living in my house.
Mm.
And so really having that gratitude. And what does gratitude give us? It gives us the respect to our bodies again.
Mhm.
Our bodies are these, like I've said, they are amazing communication signals that they have to let us know something's going on. We've had that sixth sense, right? When someone walks into the room or when we've gone to like a dark neighborhood, we're like, oh, something's up. Like it's just giving us that alert. And it's that same alert mechanism that actually works for us as well, for our bodies. And that's what I'm inviting you to do. Practice that gratitude, that your body signals are working, that it's able to tell you something's up.
Yeah.
And that gives you the ability to take the action. And I think that's a beautiful mechanism. And that's really us trusting our bodies again and again and again. Like when we say, and I say thank you, I feel my body go, oh, she's listening. All right, I can chill. I can chill. That's what I feel. I feel the ease and the comfort when I do that. And which takes me to the next step. The next step is the grace. Now, I know how the word grace is used in a very biblical sense, and I get the feeling and the effect of it. I'm talking about the grace that you receive when you feel that you belong in your body, and your body actually belongs to you. And this grace where you have a flow, like a free flow. You're moving in synchronicity to your spirit, to your soul. And this is the grace that you get from knowing that you belong to you.
Mm-hmm.
And as you start building these steps and nurturing this connection to your body, it is, I get it. When you're dealing with this whole process of recovery and getting to wellness again, it's a challenge
Yeah.
to feel the gratitude, because all you feel is the pain and the frustration. There are these moments where you can experience the gratitude, where you can feel the connection with your body again. When you feel like, oh, it's actually doing something great again. And that's where you get this grace of belonging to your body. Now, are there any questions about 3 steps? Dawn, F, or anyone in the group?
I'm looking.
No questions from me so far.
Any
Question.
feedback, thoughts?
What about like people who have, these long-term illnesses? Well, it's not, I don't know even know if it's regarded as illnesses, but it is certainly your body doing its own thing and there's nothing you can
Yeah.
do about it. It's
Oh,
like people with menopause issues. That's a lot. Um,
yeah.
that
And one lady's menopause is not the same as the next.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Taking your word from your friend, it won't help you in that case.
No.
um, you know,
Yeah.
I might say to someone, "Hey, I just watch what I eat, and that works for me," but it doesn't work for the next person. I don't.
No.
But
And this is where I go back to the listening to your body. What is your body telling you? I know that when my period is coming up, I will suddenly crave red meat. Not something that Ev wants to hear, but I will. That means my body needs iron. It's saying, let's prepare to consume a lot of iron because you're about to lose the blood. And that's me listening to the body. When you're going through menopause now, I'm not there yet, but and this is what I do when I work with my clients. Trust your body.
right.
If you feel that your body, something is just off, and you've done the research, you're not getting any closer to the answer that you need, trust your body and don't let it go. Go and seek the answers you need. And I can appreciate sometimes it feels like a mindless quest to find a permanent solution.
Mhm.
And this is where it comes back to the 4 pains again. When we are on this quest for permanent solution, we are in the second discord. Are we trying to fix something, or are we trying to heal something? Either way, it's about a new state of being.
Right.
Whatever your body goes through, it's going to come to a new state of being.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the grief process is letting go of how you used to know your body.
Mm-hmm.
And then being okay with rediscovering who you and your body are. Great question, F. Thank you for that.
That,
And I hope that
that's
explains. Does that help in the question that you had?
Yeah. I maybe because of my age, I do have a lot of that kind of discussion with friends or acquaintances about issues of their body being
Yeah.
changed in a way
Yeah,
that they almost don't recognize it. And what can they
exactly.
do? What can they do to make this better? um
Yeah.
the
It,
lifestyle certainly plays a big role, and more and more we are seeing people who change their habits first of all, and change their lifestyle, experience better health. It's not that
yeah.
it's not that nothing at all will happen. They won't get sick or they won't feel
Yeah.
pain, but it's a lot different when you're practicing a healthy lifestyle, a
Yeah,
really
absolutely. Yeah,
holistic lifestyle.
absolutely. One of the key things is to know that you need to change your thinking.
Your thinking as well, because the thinking
It's, yeah,
can do maybe twice as much damage.
yeah. You know, going to give you the example of my mother. She's now wheelchair bound. Recently, she fell, and so she's had to. She broke her hip in 3 places, so they put in a metal brace for her to hold the hip together. And a few years ago, when she lost her ability to walk, she was very angry with her body, and I could tell because like she had given up the
Mhm.
hope of moving again. And we didn't want her to have that because we understood, as her children, we understood the impact it would have on her lifestyle. My
Mhm.
mom loves socializing. She loves to eat, two of her favorite things to do in the world. And if you throw in champagne, she will finish it quicker than you can. And so we wanted her to have that for as long as she need, and she wanted to. And it was painful to see that she had given up that hope, that
Mhm.
the discord between her and her body was even wider. And I sat down with her and I said, I get it. It's frustrating because you see you, but you see that your body is not with you. She said, yeah. She said, how did you know? I said, because I see how you are struggling. How I see that you want to move, but you can't. And with her depression, even more so that she can't.
Mhm.
And she says, yeah, I want to give up. This body is so useless. It's so useless. And it was painful for me to hear her say that. And I know that it was more painful for her to even say that out loud.
Mhm.
The discord, right? The four pain discords. And I told her, this is the body. I mean, look at it, what it has been able to do for you for so long. You gave birth to children. You've done this and you've done that. And through your body, you've seen this, you've had these experiences. And I get it. At this age, you feel like you can't do that anymore. You've lost the power and the ability to do all those things. And as we started talking about the gratitude, we seeing it through the lens of gratitude, I started looking at her and saying, I love how your body tells you that something is wrong when there's pain.
Right.
That means it's still working. It's not totally useless. It's actually still working. And she went, yeah, yeah, I know. It tells me. And then she started with telling me other things that she could also think about. I can still eat. I said, yeah, I've seen you eat. I know you can still eat. She says, yeah. And so it was just that little bit by little bit. But we couldn't have gone to the state of gratitude if we hadn't talked about the pain.
Right. Recognizing the pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why the 3 steps, recognizing the pain,
Mhm.
allows us to get into the space of gratitude.
Okay.
And with the gratitude comes the grace. And that's when I saw her. My mom has this battle every day. Every day she has a battle. She doesn't know what her mind is going to do or what her body is going to do.
Mhm.
And for me, that's an inspiration as well to say, it's not that my body is useless. I can still do stuff. I'm still functional. And having that gratitude that leads to the grace for me to see what else I can do.
Okay.
And that's the message that I want to leave with all of you today.
But how do you be graceful about stuff like, you know, you have been bleeding and you can't control it. You're, like I said, I mentioned the menopause going out of control. You can't sleep at night. You have cancer and it's spreading.
Yeah.
You have pain and you can't sit up. You can't walk. How can you be graceful in the face of that kind of pain and
Yeah.
shame? Sometimes shame.
Yeah. I wish I had a one silver bullet answer.
Yeah.
I don't. I will tell you that. Here's what I've seen throughout history. If you look at Nelson Mandela and how he's faced so many years in prison, if you look at, I don't know if you read the book by Viktor Frankl, Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning.
I've
How
read
did
many
he,
times.
right? How does it did he visualized in the concentration camp? He's lost his wife. He doesn't even know if she's still alive.
Mhm.
Yet in the concentration camp, he had hope. He still felt, when I read what he said, I get it. And in my words, I call that the grace.
Mhm.
The grace to still feel connected to you, to yourself. And some may say it's a spiritual thing because he's Jewish.
Mhm.
I feel that it's available to everyone.
Yes.
It is available to everyone. So even through our pain and suffering, we still can get to grace. And there are numerous survivors of cancer. They may have lost the battle with cancer, but they won the war.
Mhm.
That's how I see them living their lives. And I'm I'm the last person to tell you, oh, you should. There is no should.
Mm.
Each of us has our time to get through these stages.
Right.
And some of us might stay a little longer in pain. Some of us might get to gratitude and then find ourselves back in pain. That is the life experience.
Mhm. Mhm.
That is the life experience. My mom does this every day. I do this every day. We have our different stages. We do get to experience grace, even in the smallest moments,
Mhm.
when we feel this connection to our bodies.
Yeah.
When you have, and I get it, when you have a debilitating illness, when you have a terminal illness, watching my friends pass on,
Mhm.
I can tell you that they lived their life with cancer with grace. They had grace within them.
Mhm.
And I can say for fact that it was the grace that kept them till the end.
Mhm.
This is becoming a bit emotional for me because I'm thinking about a dear friend of mine whom I've lost last year. She was diagnosed just before her son, not long before, no, just before her son turned 12.
Mhm.
And a few days before he turned 12, she lost her battle. And I wasn't there to see her go. But I
Mhm.
remember this one call I had with her, and she said, I love talking to you because you're the only one who's making me laugh.
Mhm.
Everyone else around her is she said, they're very sad, and it's hard for me because that's not how I want to go.
Right.
And it was that grace in her. And so she and I are having a frank conversation about how she can have that conversation with the ones that she loves who are with her.
Mhm.
And it's the grace that she's developed. So, ladies, if you're listening and this is hitting home hard for you, and you find that you're in step one, I want you to know that it's okay that you're at step one. There is no expectation that by the next minute you need to be in step three. There is nothing like that. We make our own journey at our own pace. There is no shame or no judgment. There is no should.
About your journey, right?
This is your journey, hon. Get out there and get the help that you need. The shame and the judgment keeps us in all the 4 levels of pain. We don't need that. Get into your space of gratitude as quickly as you can. You don't need to feel the discord from your body. Trust your body. Trust your body. It's an amazing vessel. It's an amazing vessel. Now, I've taken up a lot of time today, and I want to thank you. Thank you for the honor of speaking to you, Ev, and the beautiful ladies in this group. I hope this has served. And if anyone has any questions, I love being here. And so what I would love to do is bring you on board to Daily 1% Better. And I'm going to get a recording of this that I would love to share with my group as well, because I think it's a really important message to share.
Mhm.
And I'd be happy for you to come on board and join us. I'm going to drop the link in the group chat. And as soon as you can, I would love to see you there.
Right. Can you remind them what's your website or your social
Yes.
link?
So yeah, I'm. You will find me at on Facebook as Jenny Vaz. I will drop my details in a little comment
Right.
or post, and the program is called Daily 1% Better. And if you search for that with Vaz as my name, VAZ, you'll find me. Don't worry about it. I'll drop the details into the group chat and you'll be able to sign on. And if you have any questions about me, the community, or the program, let me know. I'll be more than happy to bring you on board.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Jenny. Such a powerful presentation. I really appreciate you coming on again to speak with this
Absolutely.
community. Dawn, do you have anything to add?
I'm so sorry, you caught me with my mouth full.
Ah, you're not supposed to be eating. You're supposed to be
Oh,
listening.
God. I approve, Dawn.
Hope
And
it's salad
unfortunately,
you're
it's
eating.
not salad. I'm sorry.
I hope it's salad.
Yes,
All
but
right.
just listening to you though, Jenny, I'm really, as I said, from you spoke last week, just really quite impressed with what you have to share. I find it really very inspiring and impactful. And I too have been going on my own journey, so I understand the importance of gratitude. Even
Yeah.
though I'm not yet at the place to say thank you for the pain, I can appreciate thanking for the fact that it's alerting me to something. Now,
Yeah.
yes, I can really appreciate that.
Well
But
done. Yeah.
gratitude is extremely important, and it is a part of what has made going through the different challenges in life a little bit easier.
Yeah.
To see the
Yeah.
positive in it, and gratitude, it takes you to, it just takes you to a place where you're no longer so focused on all that's difficult and miserable,
Yes.
and it
Yeah.
makes going through a lot easier. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
You know, and it's true, the pain that we get to gratitude.
Yes.
So go through the pain. The
Yeah.
pain is the gateway. And I know for some of us who are in the pain, that's not great news.
Hmm.
Remember, on the other side of the wall is gratitude.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, and it's
For
like
sure.
this ring that we want to touch, because when we were young, when we see the threshold of the door, right, we want to touch it to see
Yeah.
whether we can hit it or not. That's what we're doing with gratitude. We're going
Hmm.
to keep tapping that into that space of gratitude, and it's through the pain, through the reach. And there are some days you're not ready to get there. That's
Yeah,
totally okay.
that's just the reality. Right, right,
Yeah, no shame or judgment. It's not
right.
100%. Let's be happy. I don't have pain. It's not that at all.
Right.
Hmm.
Georgia
The
said,
days
Georgia said that's powerful. We design our own journey.
Exactly.
True.
It's on your terms. It's always life on your terms.
Yes.
We design our own journey.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I remember when I was suffering with fibroid, like it was so intense at one point. I was afraid to be on the train. I was
Yeah.
afraid at work because you can't, you're afraid to mess up and all that. And you kind of suffer. You suffer in silence. You tell your friends, but you're still just suffering, 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 suffering. I remember
Yeah.
once I went to the doctor and they were trying to get blood, and I think that happened more than once, and they couldn't
Yeah.
find any blood to pull. The vein
Wow.
where there was just no blood. They had to send me home. They wanted to send me to the hospital to be admitted, and I told them I'm not going. And he said, young lady, if you're not going to go to the hospital, you're going to go home and you're going to take double dose of um, iron tablets for a
Mm.
few days and then come back to us. And I had to do that. And when I went back, they were able to take my blood. You know,
Yeah.
so your body was just so depleted. I remember that doctor saying to me, "You are so sick, and you have gotten so used to being sick that you don't even recognize how sick you
Nice.
are.
Yeah.
But when you feel better, you will realize how sick you were. You know how
Yeah. And
how
that's
yeah, because
yeah.
you totally start to think that that's the way it should
That's
be.
the normal.
Get
Yeah.
used to it. So that's not a good way to live. And it wasn't. I didn't make the decision to do something drastic about it. until I remember one night I was lying down sleeping and I got up. I woke up in the morning and but I didn't get out of bed the same time. And when I got up, there was just this splatter of blood from the bed all the way to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I started to cry. It
Yeah.
was just too much because it was just like phew. I said no more, no more. I called my gynecologist and I said we're gonna get that procedure that you've been talking to me about. We're gonna get it.
Yeah.
And I went in
Yeah.
and I did my what is that? Uterine UFE.
Yeah.
It's embolization, uterine fibroid embolization, something like
Yeah.
that. And we did it. I was well within a week to 2 weeks. I was better, and that's it. My
Yeah.
quality of life changed from that moment on.
And that is the key thing, because the pain threshold, the wider the gap becomes,
Mhm.
the more threshold we have, and we think that that's normal
Mm.
if we just put up with it. And
Yeah,
that's
you're coping with it. You're coping with the shame and the pain and the this and the that. You know,
you're not really, you're
yeah.
not listening to the body. Yeah. And it's not something, and to be honest, it's not something that we were told that we could do.
Yeah.
We weren't told that we could listen to our body. When you had the flu, what did our parents tell us? Oh, you get over it,
Mhm.
right?
And those
That's,
women who suffer with, their stomach getting big all the way out there, you lose the body that you had, and all of this thing,
yeah,
you start to bundle up yourself. You don't want to show your body anymore because you don't look the same. Your body is being ravished by some alien that you don't recognize. It's
yeah,
it's it's not something that sits well with anybody, no matter how they pretend that it's okay. But
no,
like you said, do what you can about it and find the grace in it, to
get
cope
to the
with it.
state of grace. Yeah. Dawn, you're on a brilliant pathway right now. And I wish you the
Thank you.
best in your recovery process, Dawn. I'm hearing you, and you got your doctor, you know what's expected. And I'm also hearing in you, like, when something's not right, and you're
Yes,
getting to that place like, all right, I'm listening to the signals. Thank you,
yes,
buddy.
yes.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
start,
Dawn is
yeah.
going to be on, is it Tuesday, Dawn, or Monday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, to speak about, her not well, to talk about her journey with her illness and how she's been coping because of her diet, her lifestyle
Mm,
change.
well done. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you'll be right here for that, to cheer her on as well on
Yeah,
Tuesday
absolutely.
evening.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me know what time and I'll show up. Yeah.
Tuesday will be on at 5 p.m., 5 to 6.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And
Oh, five
at
to six.
five to
I
six will be on for our regular ultra vegan lifestyle feature, which would have Dawn. And after that, in about 7 o'clock, I think it is, there is going to be somebody else on who has a really compelling story that she was a nurse, and a whole stuff about being ill and people not believing her, and
mm,
her kids, and a whole big story. She's
yeah,
also into essential oils, so you might want to be
yeah.
joining that too for her.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've got a great lineup for this week, Ev, as usual.
Yes.
Oh, guys, it sounds like you're in for a treat. I'm excited. Dawn, honored,
Thanks.
honored to be,
Thank
to
you,
be listening
ladies.
to you.
Thank you for
Sure.
sharing with us. I'm gonna end the recording so we could
Yep.
get this. I'm gonna put it on YouTube as well so that you can share it with your people, Jen.
Beautiful. Thank you. It's an honor.
Really, really appreciate you, Jen,
Yeah.
and I hope we will continue to work together to make
Yes.
our communities healthy and well, whether it's in the mind or in the body. And Dawn, also, really, really appreciate you. Appreciate you
Sure.
coming on, for being a part of this process as well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. And Georgia, great comment. You've learned to listen to your body. So as long as you have any kind of pain, you get medical advice. Go you. Go you for listening to your body. Yes, one more woman who listens to her body. Well done. We need more. Listen to your body.
Yeah.
Then is the ideal cheerleader.
Yeah. This should be our mantra. Listen to my body. Don't let anyone tell you what your body needs to be. Nuh-uh, not having that.
Yeah.
Listen to your body. Listen to
Listen to your body.
Listen to your body movement.
Listen to your body. You've got this. Your
Okay,
body is
ladies.
designed with the fullest intention of supporting you in its best way possible.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, ladies. Take care.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great
Take
week
care.
ahead.
So much.
Take care now.
Being a
Bye
part
See you
bye.
soon. Bye.
of salad in a jar and a part of ultra vegan lifestyle. Tomorrow we'll get down to heavier stuff, digging in to see how we're going to get this process started for ultra vegan lifestyle. Know that we have set the tone for your mind. We're going to attack the body and how we can make it right from that side. Thank you again for joining me. Saying ta-da.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Good.